So some of these guys have played in this competition before, but coming up next, we have a band from Gartner. This is the first time that they've been involved with something like this. And earlier today, we sat down and we took a little deep dive into some of the things that have been going on since they won the regional competition in D.C.
This all began when I saw the ad in Inc. magazine before the new year. And it said, "Does your company have rock stars?" And I immediately thought of these guys and several others. So we went through, we had a large pool to choose from. And it turned out that the availability was there and the interest was there. And at the office, once we started talking this up, people were like, "Oh, cool, they're playing in a band." And people knew about Richard because he's kind of legendary in the harmonica world, and he's played at some of our events. So people were kind of interested in the story. And then when we went down, when we got selected, first of all, that was a big deal, because that was a great story right there. It's, hey, we got selected to play in a regional, and people were like happy about that. It was on big screens and throughout various office buildings. And
it was also a lot of work. We've been rehearsing for this for the last 6 months. And it's been very gratifying to record our rehearsals and hear the band come together over that period of time. Well, I'm the oldest guy in the band, and I came of age in the 1960s. So my most important early influences were Paul Butterfield on the harmonica, Charlie Musselwhite, who blew my mind completely when I was 17 years old, and of course Jimi Hendrix, Eric Clapton, Jimmy Page, and all the guitar gods that were prominent at the time.
I grew up in a house where my dad was playing Sinatra, Errol Gardner, Ahmad Jamal, big band music. So I had a lot of influences. I grew up playing the trumpet. So I just kind of bring all this together. Fell in love with Allman Brothers and Led Zeppelin ultimately. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Ira's got some great choices, actually.
Well, I grew up as a tenor sax player, and I ditched that quickly for the guitar. Fell in love with the instrument and the Beatles at the same time. And that sort of oriented me in much more of a pop-like fashion. So it's all about the melody for me, and it's all about the chord progressions. And so that's my little sauce that I try to put into the group here.
So to close this circle, tonight you're going to hear Sinatra, Musselwhite, and Rush.
I love it.
And it all makes sense.
And a long drum solo.
I was planning to play Eric Satie's Gymnopedia as well. That should go.
Well, I think after we burnish all of this together, what we've come up with is, we feel, a pretty unique mix to the the icons that we've worshipped our whole musical lives.